And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. Mike 42, Mike 42. All set.
Great.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
To throw again on second down. Newton.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Returnable for Grant. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
Hey, 626. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Open man is Allison, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
319. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Rodgers going to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get blown up up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try again with Jones. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton, they'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
Yeah, Greg, Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Newton, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw, Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
26.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on third down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Gerald McCoy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Pulled in at the 24. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Second quarter in Cleveland. The Bills have taken the early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Newton to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now Newton.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Alpha.
On first down, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
The throw right sideline here is complete.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Rodgers. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. K1 short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now this throw caught left side. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Newton. Buying time to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back now at Lambeau, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 11. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Newton now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And they, in fact, will throw it. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. He'll return it from the 6. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go down.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore finding the end zone on the game's final play, as they are now an extra point away from perhaps stealing one here in the final minute. No time on the clock. This to claim victory. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. No time on the clock. This to claim victory. Oh, he missed. Oh, no, he missed the extra point. Victory was in the bag, but not anymore. We're headed for OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. McCaffrey. Oh, a nice spin. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this is caught. He hits more. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Being chased out left. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
check, buddy. Check 52. Watch the safety crane.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Here we go.
This is Scarlett on the carry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a third down. Newton now to throw. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Carolina,